President knows what the president thinks about this issue. But here's the fact. The fact is that this is one of the two powerful political issues that he has to play with his political base. He's not going to let this go. There's not going to be a trade agreement until the next election because it's just too valuable otherwise. His people all know the truth about trade, and they understand the facts. It's just that he either won't learn or can't learn or refuses to learn about international trade and finance.
It's too valuable a political chip for him to give up by making a deal.
Absolutely. I think the hardest job in the world right now would be these two gentlemen in Shanghai today. Mnuchin understands totally what's going on. Bob Lighthizer is really just the leg breaker in this. He's the deal maker. But they both understand what's happening in trade. Fact is, global GDP is down by something like $1 trillion because of this trade war. The tariffs have raised costs in both places, but the trade war has driven the Chinese currency down by forcing investors to leave China. That means U.S. products in China's costs are up, or prices are up 20% for their buyers, and they're up 0% for our buyers because the tariff is offset by the currency decline. And if you count goods that are not included in the tariffs, their prices are actually lower. That's why you have such a massive drop in Chinese imports of U.S. goods, our goods going there, and hardly any drop in the Chinese goods coming here.
And I think John brings up a good point. You've got to wonder whether the objective of the U.S. tariffs are being met, because the objective of the tariffs were to incentivize U.S. companies to bring production and move production from China back to the U.S. And while there are a handful of companies that have open manufacturing plants here in the States, the growing trend seems to be more multinationals just looking for other low-cost manufacturing hubs across Asia in order to keep their costs down and to ensure consumers like you and I don't have to deal with higher prices.
You know, John, that's a good point. One of the things that I believe the president cited today was that the Chinese had agreed to buy a lot more agricultural product to his sites. They have not. What's the fact?
Well, the fact is they actually have bought some more products in recent months, but total imports of goods from the U.S. have been down by a lot because the prices in China have gone up so much.
And that's the currency. That's the currency effect you were just describing.
It's completely offsetting the tariffs in the U.S. and doubling down the tariffs inside China. But here's another fact, and the trade team knows this too. If I take a $1,000 product exported from China to the U.S., and I ship that product to Mexico and I paint it green, then send it to the U.S., that'll show up as a $1,000 export from Mexico. The trade statistics show gross trade, not value-added trade. They're grossly distorting. And so goods are moving all over the place right now trying to get in under these strange trade numbers.